Hello and welcome to your yoga. We're going to get you feeling really strong, really mobile and relaxed at the same time. Okay, so we're going to take a few breaths. I want you to feel your body moving with your breath, so just let it go, be really easy, be really loose. So a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. And this time just falling over to your right side. Scoop that arm up with a nice big inhale. And exhale and circle round in front of you. Big inhale into the other side. And a big scoop round. Inhale. Exhale to scoop. Last side. And scooping round, and we're just going to fall back here, opening up with our chest. And exhale to walk on and fall forward, pushing away if you can. Coming into center, and we're just going to meet on all fours. When you're here, we're just going to bump our hips from side to side. We're going to start to practice unweighting one knee and then the other. One knee and then the other. And if you feel stable enough, you can take away the same hand. Then unweight the other hand. And what we're doing here is learning to move a little bit better in our mobility work, in our yoga, in our daily life. Because usually we just get in our own way. And our movement can be a lot simpler than we think. Okay, and then just take a wee moment here. Tuck the toes under, inhale those hips nice and high. And again, we'll do the same with our feet and our down dog. So just moving around to feel a good, secure base for you. We're going to inhale our hips nice and high here. And exhale to sink those knees down nice and close to the mat. Inhale high. Exhale, sink your knees down. One more time, inhale those hips high. And this time with your exhale, just tuck your chin, rolling out into a plank, and move your hands with you. And again, we're just going to go from side to side here. Easy forward and back. Just find a good space for you. And we're going to open up with a nice plank twist. If you wish, you can drop onto your knees, otherwise stay here in this plank position. A nice big inhale opens up to the right side. And exhale through center. Inhale to open up to your left. Exhaling through center, one more time on the right side. And exhale, one more time on your left. And exhale. And we're going to come back into our down dog here. Paddling those feet. Tuck your chin, rounding back to your plank. Let those knees drop to your mat. Let your hips sink nice and gently down. And take a few moments to open up here. If this isn't so comfortable on your lower back, just sink into your mid-back ways here. Just stay where it's really comfortable for you. And coming back into a child's pose, take a few breaths here. going to come back up into all fours, shifting the hips from side to side. And we're just going to go over a little bit of unweighting again, just to make sure that through all of our future moves, we're just moving a little bit better. So we're going to take a wee crawl round to the left side, allow that foot to come up, and we crawl back round. And we're in a nice low lunge here. And just take a moment here in your low lunge. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, coming up, and then folding over with your exhale. Take a nice stretch here. Rocking from one side to the other. Coming back down into your low lunge here, drop that knee. We're just going to walk out to the left, scoop that right foot round. Walking out to the right, scooping that left foot up here. And coming back into this nice lunge here. Tuck the toes under on this right side. Inhale those hips nice and high. And folding over with your exhale. Coming back down into your low lunge, sink that right knee to the ground, walk out to your right side, scoop that left leg round, and that is a little bit of unweighting. Come back into your child's pose. And coming back onto all fours, tuck those toes under, nice big inhale, hips high, and walk in your dog here. Tucking your chin, rolling back out into your plank pose here, and just find your nice stable base, going from side to side, easy back and forward. This time we're going to go to the ground, we're going to come back up. So again, if this suits better on your knees, go for that. Otherwise, coming with me, inhale to push yourself away from the mat. And exhale to lower to your tummy. Big inhale to push away. Exhale to lower. Inhale away. Exhale to lower. One more time. One big inhale. Push away. And gently rock from side to side here. Drop those knees down. Hips sink. And we just open up again. Whatever's nice and comfortable for you. Back into child's pose here. Coming back into all fours here. We're just going to crawl out to your left side, scoop that right foot on up, and coming back over into that nice low lunge, tucking your toes underneath. We're going to inhale our hips nice and high. Take a moment here. Place that left hand out a little bit so you've got a good base to open up to your right side here. And exhale through centre. Same on the right. Allow yourself a good base. Opening up towards your left side. And exhale down. Hover that knee here. We're just going to move back and forward. Back and forward. One more time. And place that knee down. And we're just going to walk out to the left. Scoop that right foot round. Walk over to the right and scoop that left foot up here. Coming back into that nice low lunge position. Tuck those right toes underneath. Inhale your hips nice and high. And folding over that leg here. Using that right hand, making sure it's far enough away. Big inhale to open up to the left. Exhale to centre. Weight into left hand. Big inhale to open up on the right side. And exhale, bringing ourselves back round again into our nice forward fold. We're going to sink that right knee down and we're just going to push back and forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. And replace that right knee to the ground, walking out to the right side, scooping around with that left foot, brings us back into all fours and back into our child's pose. A few nice big deep breaths here. Coming back up onto all fours. Toes tuck under, inhale your hips nice and high. And paddling out for a moment here. Rolling out into a nice plank here. And remember, you can move those hands to find a good stable base. We're going to open up from side to side into our twist. Remember, you can be on your knees here, big inhale to the right. And you might want to fall all the way over. And just open up into a rock star. And exhale through, bringing your right foot round. Inhale. And back again into your rock star if you feel that's comfortable for you. And coming back round. And just paddling down here in your plank, moving from side to side, forward and back. And a big inhale pushes us into the ground. Exhale down to your tummy. You can stay here if you wish, otherwise inhale high. Exhale down. Inhale high. Exhale down. One more time, inhale high. And exhale, we're going to push back into downward dog here. Rolling back into our plank position. Knees nice and soft. Drop those hips. And softening into our back here. Pushing back into a child's pose. Take a few breaths. Coming back onto all fours, we're just going to take our right hand and thread it underneath that left arm there. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to rock your hips from side to side. If this feels nice for you, stay here. You can take your left hand and just place it behind your back, pushing that shoulder back. If you're happy here, feel free to stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, take your weight and pop it into that left foot there. If you're a little bit unstable, if you fall, don't worry, just go back into the variation that suits you best. If you feel nice and stable here, feel free to lift that left foot off the ground, bending your knee, taking your left hand. You can grab that foot there and take a few big deep breaths here. Releasing that foot, releasing your hand and your knee to the ground. Just unscoop that arm. Everybody meets on all fours. Rocking your hips from side to side here. And we'll just take that left arm and thread it through underneath your right. So just remain here for a second. Rock your hips from side to side if that feels nice. Stay here if you wish, or you can take that right hand, scoop it behind your left hip, that's the word, and pushing that right shoulder back. Again, you can stay here, you can come onto the ball of that right foot. And your last variation is just to bend that right knee, picking that foot up off the ground, and you can use your right hand to hold on to that foot there. Take a few breaths wherever you are. Just release that foot, hand and knee to the ground. Everyone take a nice inhale and coming back into all fours here. We're going to sink back into our child's pose. Coming back into all fours, tuck your toes, inhale your hips nice and high, paddling those feet. We're going to inhale that right leg high, and exhale just to draw on forward through in between your hands. Untuck the toes at the back, chest nice and high here, and exhale and fold down over that knee. Just find somewhere that feels really nice for you. You can drop that right buttocks down to the ground if that suits you. Just coming up, chest nice and high here. You can stay here, you can come round for a twist to the right side. Or you can open up to the left, just find somewhere that's really nice for you. Keeping the weight in your hands here, tuck that toe underneath. Allow the weight in your hands to let you push those hips back up and into the air and back into your down dog. Paddling here. And then we're going to inhale that left leg nice and high. And exhale just to draw on through. Untuck that back, or those back toes here. Remaining nice and high, and then you can drift on down. Just find where's really good for you today. That could change from day to day depending on your daily activities. Coming back up, chest nice and high. Again, feel free to stay here. You can come round for a twist to the left side. Or you can open up to your right side if that feels nice. Coming back to centre, remember we're going to use those hands, tuck those right toes underneath. Inhale, pushing everything up nice and high, coming back into down dog. Tucking your chin under, we're going to roll into our plank. Gently soften those knees down and your hips down, and take another moment here just to release the back. I'm going to come back, not into child's pose this time. We're going to keep the hips nice and high. Walk our hands out in front of us and come into a puppy pose here. Pushing that bum nice and high. Really feeling a nice big stretch in the shoulders. If this doesn't feel comfortable in your shoulders or neck, just go straight back into child's pose. We'll meet you there. And crawling back into child's pose. Walk your hands round to one side. Pop one hand over the other and drop your head through. Walking round to your other side. One hand on top of the other, dropping through here. Take a few breaths. Coming back onto all fours, and then we're just going to find a way to comfortably sit on our bottoms. Coming forward a little bit, we're just going to roll down, letting the knees come with us, and then we're just going to let the knees and the feet fall away with our hands on our knees, and just ease off in the tailbone there. And then hugging in nice and close here. Dropping those feet to the ground. We can just open up in the hips here. Soles of the feet are together. Nice big inhale. And exhale, and we're just going to push away from our hands and push those hips up into the sky. Inhale to come down. Exhale to push those hips nice and high. Inhale down. Exhale, pushing back up nice and high. And rolling back down here. Just let everything flop out a little bit. And we'll just take a moment to breathe. Just notice if you're still holding on to any tension, just loosen everything off. Let your shoulders relax down, unclench any hands. Check in with your facial features, your jaw. Just soften everything down. Feel your body rise and fall with every breath. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to your breath, to how your chest rises and falls. Just start to open your eyes again. Roll over to one side, bringing your arms and legs in close. rolling round and finding yourself in a nice seated position. So you can sit cross-legged, or if you're more comfortable with your legs out in front, just find what suits you best, and we'll take a nice inhale here. Big exhale. Hands onto the tummy, big inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Let your hands find your knees again, open your eyes. I hope you really enjoyed that. Learned a little bit about unweighting and moving nice and freely and comfortably. Getting out of your own way, moving with ease, and finding your strength within that as well. So I hope you have a lovely day, and we'll catch up with you next time.